Hey guys, it's Tessa from HandleTheHeat.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make homemade tortillas. Growing up in Arizona, we have access to some great Mexican food, but what really makes a good Mexican restaurant are the ones that make their own tortillas in-house. You can always tell the difference. Homemade tortillas are about 1,000 times better than store-bought tortillas, and they're really not that hard to make. So let's get started. The ingredients for homemade tortillas are super simple. It's basically just flour, milk, some fat. I'm using vegetable oil, though it's more traditional to use lard, baking powder, and salt. This recipe isn't super traditional, but it makes for delicious tortillas. Let's get started.
I'm going to start with 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add baking powder, salt, my vegetable oil, and lastly I'm going to gradually add my warm milk. I'm going to stir in a little bit at a time so that the flour can absorb the liquid. The best thing about this recipe is it doesn't require any special ingredients or machines or kitchen appliances or tools. It's the most simple things that you probably already have in your kitchen. So I just stirred the dough together until the milk was all absorbed, and I'm going to flour my work surface and get started on kneading the dough. And say hi to Chewy, my dog behind me there. He likes to see what's going on in the kitchen, try to get some crumbs that fall. So I'm just going to knead my dough for 2 minutes until it's nice and soft, and I kind of fast forward it for you there. And look at that, I've got a nice, soft, smooth ball of dough. The most important thing about making tortilla dough is that you have to let it rest. So I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and let it rest for 20 minutes. And this is going to let the gluten develop and make sure that when you go to roll it into thin little tortillas, that it's nice and easy to work with. It's going to be pliable and it's not going to spring back on you. So now that my dough has been resting for 20 minutes, I'm going to again flour my work surface, plop it down on the counter, and I'm going to divide it into 16 pieces. This recipe makes 16 tortillas. You can easily half that if you only wanted to make 8, or you could double it if you wanted to make more. So I'm just going to use a bench scraper and divide it into 16 pieces. And I'm going to roll each piece into a nice ball. And remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. They're tortillas, they don't have to be perfectly uniform. You kind of want them to look homemade, right? So I'm going to cover them and let them rest for 10 minutes. And now I'm going to roll them out. So I'm just flouring everything to make sure that they don't stick. I'm going to use a rolling pin to roll them out into about 8-inch circles. You can make them any size and thickness you like. And I'm just giving it a quarter turn on every roll so that it ends up being a pretty round circle. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure that the dough is not sticking too much to the counter or to your rolling pin. So add more flour if necessary. Okay, and now I can get cooking. So I've got a cast iron pan here. You can use any heavy skillet that you have over medium-high heat. And I'm going to cook it on about 1.5 to 2 minutes per side until you get those little toasty brown spots. And be sure that while you're cooking, you keep the rest of your balls of tortilla dough or your rolled out pieces, you keep them all covered so they don't dry out while you're cooking. Okay, this piece looks like it's all done.
Okay guys, my tortillas are all cooked up and ready to go. They look perfect. You guys are gonna love this recipe. It's easy, the tortillas are thick and flavorful and delicious, and who wouldn't be impressed by homemade tortillas? The best thing about them is you can make them ahead of time. So right now I could go ahead and pop them in the fridge for up to a week, or in the freezer for up to a month until I'm ready to serve. Just reheat them before serving. It's that easy. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next Wednesday for another food video.